do you need steps for your truck? Should you get side steps for your truck? Well, good afternoon everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today I'm out here, wanted to talk about side steps, particularly. Rocking the old RobMotive sweatband here because it's 90 degrees, and when the sun peeks through the clouds, it gets hot, really hot. So anyway, I wanted to talk about side steps today. I get a lot of questions on the channel. What do I have? What kind of side steps are on the Tacoma? You know, how are they? Are they in the way? That kind of stuff. So we're out here in front of the Tacoma, obviously rather, and you guys can see it does have side steps on it, and we'll get a little bit closer shot for you. These are the Predator side steps. They came on the truck from the dealer, but you can buy them. I would go to sparksparts.com. They sell them there. Don't forget to use discount code RobMotive for 5% off your order. But they're bolt-on, very simple to do, and I think they're the best looking ones out there. I think they're probably the sexiest side step you can get. But are they the most functional? That's really what we're all after here, isn't it? So I don't think they're the most functional, actually. The most functional that I have, and I'm gonna pop open the Tundra sitting behind me here and show you what I'm talking about. The Tundra has the running boards, right? They're the flat, wider step. I always call them all steps. They're not really steps, they are running boards. But you guys can see them down there. And I'm gonna show you real quick why I think they're the most functional. To get in and out of the truck, it's very simple, right? I mean, look at how huge they are. It's very easy to hit that platform when you get in your truck. So you just go up, you step on them, and you're in, right? I mean, it's pretty simple, you know? And then grab your grab handle, which is a whole different video. Step on that side step and you're out. I mean, it's pretty darn simple. Now, the problem with them is they're not the sexiest thing you can get out there, right? I mean, they're kind of old-fashioned. Not as cutting edge, I guess, as what the Predators are that I have on the Tacoma right now. And by the way, before I continue, I do think the steps on the Tundra are the most functional, the most practical that you can get if you're looking for that. Now, on the Tacoma, and there's kind of a conundrum there for me. I like the way they look on the Tacoma. To be honest, I think a truck without any side steps looks the best. And it depends on whether you have a lifted truck or a stock truck. You know, I think this is my 4th Tacoma, and to be honest, I always found, because this is my first lifted Tacoma, I always found side steps to be in the way. Now, I'm 5'9", maybe just a shade over, so I'm not 6'2" or something, and it's not like I have this huge step, but at my height, they always kind of felt in the way. You know, again, on a stock truck that's not lifted, when you would walk up here to get in, you would almost have to step over them to get in the truck. They were probably more about down here, and I didn't really need them to get in and out of the truck. And for that matter, I can get in and out of the truck now without them, right? I mean, I don't need them to get in and out of the truck at my height, at 5'9". You can imagine if you were taller, 6'2", 6'4", I know there's some tall guys out there, you really wouldn't need them. It'd be pretty easy to get in and out even at this lifted height. So do you really need them on the truck? You know, I don't know. I would say if you're below 5'8", definitely on a lifted truck, side steps come in handy. I mean, you can see, I'll show you how I use them. A little dramatization here. I come up, step on it with my left foot, grab the steering wheel and get in. And then to get out, I always put my right foot on them and kind of step out a little bit, even though it's really not necessary. And what I would find in the past is every time I would go out to get in and out of my stock truck, I would always step over them. It was always like an extra action or process, if you will, to use the steps. I had to consciously be aware of them there, whereas I don't with the steps in or the running boards on the Tundra. It's just a more natural, fluid motion. But I always had to make sure that I hit the step getting in and out on that stock truck. Because if you don't hit the step, or you hit it just a little bit and slide off, it's not going to be pretty on your shins or on the back of your leg like in your calf when you slide your skin across that steel step, because you didn't hit it quite right. So you really had to pay attention, and I had that happen a couple of times. I think Krista even slipped on one getting in once, because she didn't really need it either. She's like 5'8" or something, so she didn't really need them either. Kind of more in the way. The other thing that the issue that I have, and this is kind of generally with running boards or steps altogether, is you'll notice they of course sit right below or in front of the sill plate. And if you use your truck for work or you wear bigger shoes, you're going to hit potentially this sill plate when you get in. And you're going to start to scratch and wear off this paint. Now, if you're particular like I am, that would drive me nuts. You know, now you can get guards to put over the flat part of the sill plate, you know, right across here. But that's not where you're really going to hit. You're kind of going to drag right across here, especially if your truck is not lifted, because it's at such a height that you just kind of naturally hit that. I know, because I've done it many times on trucks in the past. So eventually you're going to rub the paint off, you're going to scratch it off there, it's going to look like crap, and you're going to create a rust potential once you get down to that bare metal. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced that, but it does happen. It happened to me. Not the rust part, you know, I never got so far, because honestly I didn't have the trucks long enough to get that far. But you can imagine rubbing that with little stones in the bottom of the tread in your shoe or whatever. Again, if you use your truck for work, or if you're in a field or something, you're going to get all that crap in the bottom of your shoe, and it's going to rub like sandpaper on that area. So that's another little issue that I don't think many people probably even think about, but it happens. So bottom line, I guess, do you need steps for your truck? Should you get side steps for your truck? Two lines of thought there for me. One, aesthetics. I could really go either way. I almost lean, or I would tip the scale a little bit in saying that the truck actually looks better without side steps on it. I just think it looks more muscular, meaner without the side steps. Side steps kind of give it a little older feel, you know, like when you get old, you know, you got to have the side steps on there so that you can get up into your truck, because you're not as young as you used to be, and you got to have help getting, you know, that kind of a feeling. For me, I don't know if you guys feel that way, but it kind of gives that look a little bit, depending on what kind of side steps you have. Again, these I think are the sexiest ones out there, so they do look pretty good. Functionally, again, I think if you're under 5'8", particularly if you have a lifted truck, then I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, unless you want to have to jump into your truck and jump out of your truck, you know, every time you use it, you probably really are going to have side steps. And if it doesn't bother you to do that, then I guess it doesn't matter. Now, if you have other people in your truck, little kids, the wife maybe, unless your wife is like 6'8", she might need those side steps as well. I know Krista, even though she's about 5'8" or so, I think, even though she's tall enough that she doesn't really need them, she never really wanted to make that step up without having that intermediate step where she could get in and out of the truck. Although, like I think I mentioned before, she did actually miss it once, and may have even fallen down getting out of the truck. I don't know. I've seen videos of other people trying to get in inclement weather where there's snow and ice and stuff on those. And that brings up another point. If you live in an area that gets snow and ice, it's going to collect there. And that's going to make that step very, very slippery. And you're probably going to slide off it once or twice during a winter, I would think, if you're not real careful. And of course, the Tacoma doesn't have a grab handle for you to grab onto. So if you haven't reached in and grabbed that steering wheel, you might go flying. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Am I off my rocker? Have I missed my step? Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Are they necessary? Are they not necessary? Do you like them? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.